By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I hereby constitute this assembly as a lawful gathering of the University of Pretoria. And during this assembly, degrees and diplomas will be conferred with all the rights and privileges associated with them, and on all the candidates whose names will be in the program. Please take a seat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to request you to join us in a silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements of our students today. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this autumn graduation ceremony of the Faculty of Education. And I'd like to welcome the Dean of the Faculty and staff, Professor Sehole, and our doctoral candidates, as well as all our graduates according to your different levels. It is indeed a great pleasure to me this morning to officiate this ceremony, and I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for a job well done over many years of hard work. And indeed, I mean, if you have been here for the past 4 years or so, you must have gone through the turmoil that we had in higher education, especially in 2015 and 2016. But your perseverance and self-discipline has actually enabled you to graduate today. And for this reason, I think we are truly happy that your staying power has indeed sustained you. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning I just want to deal with the statistics first before my message. We are graduating 357 graduates or degrees. We have 367 degrees that will be conferred, and 36 postgraduate certificates. And this will include 4 doctorates, 14 master's degrees, and 54 honors degrees, and of course the remaining 295 are 4-year bachelor's degrees that will receive their qualifications today. And indeed, as I said, there has been many challenges through your studies as you are facing all the turmoil. And we know that since 2015, the higher education landscape has changed quite dramatically. And at the beginning of this year, we started with the implementation of the announcement on free education for the poor and working class students whose parents earn 350,000 or less per annum. But that does not take away the many other challenges that we have for students who fall in categories above and are still not able to continue their academic studies in the manner that they should. Well, it has been a difficult time, but today we are actually delighted to be celebrating your achievements as the graduations. And this has come through hard work, it has come through dedication and support in different forms. And I would like to congratulate all of you for what you have done. First of all, we are grateful that you have been dedicated, and from our side as a university, we have had a dedicated academic corps and the leadership of the faculty through Professor Sehole and the deputy deans to actually ensure that this faculty is placed appropriately among all other faculties at the university, but also in the country and the world. And they have given up their time quite generously to assist you so that we have these results of graduating this high number of students for the faculty. And of course, this they did through knowledge, through dedication, and of course, the capacity that they have. So we're very thankful to the academics for doing that. But we are also thankful to all other staff that has provided support, our administration staff, in different ways, putting many hours to make us have this successful ceremony, but also going through very sensitive records to ensure that we don't graduate the wrong people, financial aid and all other people. There has been all kinds of challenges that students faced through the years, which required the health and wellness facilities of the university. And I know that some of you have gone through that to address to your different kinds of stresses as you were going through. And of course, with disabled students as well, with their varied needs. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the University of Pretoria is quite a safe campus, and I would also like to thank our security services, students in residences who are actually in safe hands, and of course throughout the campus. These are people that appear like they're ordinary people, but they're doing an outstanding job to have a normal and successful university. And of course, different kinds of student life experiences that you had as students through sports and culture, extramural activities. You've been assisted in many ways, and some of you have not just received this academic achievements, but also all other kinds of achievements in sports and cultural performances and transformation activities across the university. We thank you all for the work that you've done. And ladies and gentlemen, and especially if I could share this with parents, running a university is quite a difficult task. And we know that it appears easy if you don't actually understand the intricacies. And when some of the problems are reported, you assume that they can be easily resolved. But we want to acknowledge each and every one of us who have made a contribution to make the University of Pretoria a success story that it is. And I think the results speak for themselves. And last but not least, I would like to actually now dedicate my message to our graduates here in front, that you have achieved what you've achieved today, and I think you should remain very thankful to your family, spouses, all your loved ones, friends, including sponsors, people that have actually made it possible for you to be here. And I know that it is quite an honor for us to have in the audience today all of these supporters from your families, and they are very special to us, and I think they deserve a round of applause for the dedication that they have given you over the years. Thank you. I mean, today you have been promoted to the status of a graduate of the university and also an alumnus, in other words, and we think that you will use this time profitably. Some of you will stay within the university with your postgraduate studies and other studies, and others will go out into the field to actually practice what you have learned at the university in your varied disciplines. And I think we are very happy that these wide-ranging offerings that you had, because this faculty is among the best of the faculties of education in the country, you will be able to represent us well. And I know that because of the quality of teaching that we have in the faculty and research in many ways, we have about 23 NRF-rated researchers in the faculty. And this faculty has received, the ranking, in the QS ranking, in the subject rankings, in the 250 category in management and policy studies. And we want to thank you, Dean, and all the staff for placing the university in the map. And we trust that you will continue to be competitive and supportive as professionals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without any further waste of time, I'd like to actually remind our graduates today that what you have achieved here is not just for you. It is for you to some extent, but it is also for all of us in this country. You know that the state of education in South Africa remains very low, despite all the resources that are poured into education, which forms the lion's share of the entire country's budget. We still have poor results. And I believe that with all that you have learned here, you will make a huge difference in actually improving those results in our schools, in our education system. And do the best that you can and actually demonstrate that you have been at one of the best universities in the country, and especially in the education faculty. And I am confident that you'll be able to walk out of here at this university and actually do what needs to be done, take care of the students in our schools. There are a lot of challenges there, as you can see, documentaries. If you hear stories all the time, if it is not violence, it's drugs. If it is not drugs, it's teachers abusing students. It's all kinds of challenges. Please represent us well and do the best that you can. And in closing, I would like to actually request you that as you join our alumni club here at Turkish, use that time to keep in touch with the university. You shouldn't forget us. And I know that you can be able to plow back if you can. If you're able to earn a little bit of money and you have some spare money, please contribute some of it to assist our students that you leave behind here. You know that we expect of you to be a worthy ambassador of the University of Pretoria. And I'm very happy that today we will confer on all of you these degrees and diplomas, or award the diplomas as well. And I wish to thank you very much for that. And I also would like us to remember that South Africa has to undergo transition. As you can see, the political landscape is changing a little bit, but you are not politicians, you're just teachers or educators or whatever, If you do a little bit of politics here and there, that's also fine. It's your right. But please make sure that you take care of our children in these schools, those of you who will be in the schools. Those who are in administration, please administer well and don't be corrupt with tenders and all the things that you see, all these things that we don't understand that are happening in our country. And I wish to thank you very much. And I will now request the Dean and supervisors to introduce to me the candidates present here whose names appear on the program.
Mr. Vice Principal, the supervisors will now introduce the doctoral candidates.
Geachte vice-rector, ek stel Johan Hendrik Kreer aan u voor. Meneer Kreer het voldoen aan al die vereistes vir die graad filosofie dokter met 'n proefskrif getiteld Persepsies van onderwysdistriksamptenaar se rol met betrekking tot die finansies van openbare skole vanuit 'n regsperspektief. Voorberei onder my promotorskap met professor Beckman as mede-promotor. In sy proefskrif lewer die promovendes 'n bydrae oor die persepsie wat onder rolspelers in die onderwys bestaan met betrekking tot die finansiële rol van onderwysdistrikskantoor-amptenare. Die navorsing wat onder meer die menings van onderwysregskenners ondersoek het bevind dat die onderwysdistrikskantore se rol met betrekking tot die finansies van openbare skole as weinig meer as die van 'n poskantoor beskou word. Onderwysdistriksamptenare funksioneer in aparte suile en hulle rol in die finansies van openbare skole is beperk tot die kontrolering van dokumentasie wat oor die aanwending van openbare geld rapporteer. Dit is geld wat skole kragtens die nasionale norme en standaarde vir die befondsing van skole ontvang. Daar bestaan 'n behoefte aan 'n duidelike omskrywing van die magte en pligte en verantwoordelikheidspligtigheid van die onderwysdistrikskantoor-amptenaar in die algemeen. Openbare skole wat nie oor artikel 21 bevoegdhede beskik nie, plaas 'n groter administratiewe verantwoordingspligtigheid op die onderwysdistrikskantoor-amptenaar en openbare skole moet duideliker onderskei tussen fondse wat kragtens artikel 37 en artikel 39 van die skolewet gegenereer is. Geagte vice-rektor, ek versoek u om die graad aan die kandidaat toe te ken.
I hereby confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all the associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Samson Guguletu Nkambule, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis titled Primary School Educators' Experiences of Support from Internal and External Sources in a South African School District, prepared under the supervision of Professor Christina Amsterdam and with myself as co-supervisor. In his thesis, he explored how primary school educators expect to be supported and how they experience support from internal and external sources in a South African school district. The large number of curricular changes introduced by the Department of Basic Education have increased the need for educator support in South Africa. The main finding of the study was that limited technical support aimed at improving the quality of education is provided, while the socio-emotional needs of educators appear to be neglected. Participants felt they were under surveillance and perceived district officials to be on fault-finding missions when they conducted school visits and classroom observations. A key recommendation of this study is that more curriculum instructors and heads of department should be employed and that they should receive adequate preparation in order to provide appropriate support to primary school educators. Mr. Vice Principal, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, I introduce to you Beatrice Sinyama Sichombe, who has complied with all the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Education under my supervision. In her thesis entitled Teachers Education for Diversity at the University of Namibia, Policies and Practice, the promovenda used a qualitative case study to establish how the University of Namibia prepared pre-service student teachers to teach a diverse population of learners. The study showed how teacher educators' coursework and teaching practice contribute to the development of student teachers' knowledge, skills, and dispositions to teach for diversity. The findings of a study contribute to the knowledge of how pre-service student teachers ought to be prepared to respond to the diversity of Namibian classrooms. The study highlights two key contributions to our knowledge of teacher education for diversity. Firstly, the study makes a contribution to knowledge on diversity policies. It argues that an educational institution cannot operate without national policies and that institutions should respond to such policies through policies and curricula. It explains what a socio-cultural curriculum means in Namibian teacher education and demonstrates the way courses, teaching practice, and teacher educators can contribute to the holistic development for diversity of the student trainees. Secondly, the study contributes to our understanding of how the perceptions of student teachers and teacher educators can either enable or disenable teaching for diversity. A study should prove useful to the Ministry of Education's policies on teacher education and UNAM's teacher training programs. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I request that the degree be conferred on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy with all its associated rights and privileges on the candidate.
Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Master of Education in Assessment and Quality Assurance in Education and Training, Cecil Ackerman. Gideon Brutz. Nangamso Mtsatse. Naledi Patlamutlaka. In curriculum and instruction, design and development, and with distinction, Jessica Kellerman. Mamolete Mufolo. In education management, law and policy, and with distinction, Adebumi Aina. Silo Ngwenya. Olushola Olatunji. In education leadership, Sophia Ndlovu. Richard Zwane. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Education Honors in Education Management, Law and Policy, Crystal Barnard. Mareike Bezede Node. Kali Boer. Sean Buota. Jacobus Kutsie, Lisufi Kubido, Busi Koza, Mpho Malema, Tero Mudisakhai, Rifilwe Mohale, Lesego Ngwasheng, Johan Marie Pretorius, Lucky Rex, Lindo Kutle Tembekwayo, Sherdin van der Merwe, Lydia Velke, with distinction, Renee Bayes, Agnes Langazele, Maria Fafetine, with distinction, Tanya Greenhouse, Lerato Lipule, Anne Madise, Buitumelo Manamela, Kibaring Mangena, Shane Mare, Ponso Muepia, Nobuhle Mshwani, Avital Namaston, Nicholas Smith, Daniela Tafani, In teacher education and professional development, Sadia Abu Ghani. Liz Marie Blom. With distinction, Celeste Buertes. Prishodni Chati. Janine Dumas. Ashley Feldman. Kolani Maslangu. Andy Swa Maposa. Refilwe Mudise. Charity Mukwena. Nomonde Mpela. Sesinazo Ngema. Hlologelo Nkare. With distinction, Stacy Reynolds. Mareike Skuman. Karina Fenter. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Education in Further Education and Training General, Nurain Abu. With distinction, Marcelo Agrio. Silo Apani. With distinction, Kyla Sandra Apostolo Paulos. Daniela Badenhorst. Douglas Baloi. Jennifer Baloi. Respect Baloi. Jacques Barnard. Daniele Bartlett. Busisiwe Beje. Sabia Bula. Samantha Black. Rencia Bleuknant. Jason Bosman. Johannet Buerter. Mary Berker. Claudia Caldiera. Dominic Carroll. Tebogo Chauke. With distinction, Suzanne Celius. And this student also receives the B.Ed Further Education and Training Award for the best student in the degree B.Ed Further Education and Training General. Carla Klassen. Chantal Coutier. Chelsea Courtois. Rachel Crew. Yanko Crongier. Michael Cyrus. Chanel Dafoe. With distinction, Angela Damons. Casey Lee DeBier. Jacobus DeBier. Matthew DeGavitt. With distinction, Janre de Klerk. Lizani de Klerk. With distinction, Michelle de Klerk. Mariska De La Rey. Jabulile Dlamini. Puseletso Ditshego. Nkosikhona Dlongolo. Musa Dlozi. Christelle Duplessis. Leah Deploy. Janine Duprier. Marisha Duprier. How to pronounce it? Dorothea Eduardo. Delmarie Extian. Danica Erasmus. Tarina Erasmus. Shumaine Beth. Diane Fairbanks. Kelvin Foree. With distinction, Yazira Ghani. Rudolph Goba. Dina Gordon. Is it Idria? Chrobler. Idria Chrobler. Tanya Chrobler. Zanel Hasbrook. Ruan Hatting. With distinction, Kesley Hayter. Danielle Hasselman. Nompumelelo Hlomuka. Sicelo Hlongwane. With distinction, Jade Hoover. Angelique Horak. Antoinette Janse van Rensbeck. Rebecca Joubert. Fatima Kada. Salome Kekana. Tsepo Kekana. Tembinkosi Kumalo. Kimberly Klopper. Lynette Kleinsmith. Iselda Knudse. Tsepo Kobe. Londiwe Kunene. Pamela Lata. Stuart Loti. Kazamula Lebese. Katlego Lekwati. Byron Eugene Leroux. Luana Leroux. Kamogelo Letlape. Sologelo Letwala. Robin Lewis. With distinction, Anamart Liebenberg. Sunny Low. Angus Low. With distinction, Lucky Lubisi. Ramadumetse Make. Tumelo Mapea. Chokozani Mabena. Nomalungelo Machele. Katleho Madisha. Tibatso Madonzela. Nangamso Maduna. Nombuso Magagula. Promise Matlalela. Buitumelo Maslangu. Gertrude Maslangu. Katlego Mahlomotsa. Tshegofatso Makopa. Moswaro Malapane. Tshegofatso Malachi. Lebogang Malele. Jade Malgus. Sihle Malinga. Progress Mampo. Kwanele Manana. Jafta Mangwani. Ashley Mare. Brittany Mare. With distinction, Leonie Marais. Simone Marais. Noluthando Marakalala. With distinction, Nicole Martin. Jane Masango. With distinction, Pumzile Masango. Sana Masango. Temba Masango. Senzekile Maseko. With distinction, Slindile Maseko. Gugule Tu Masemola. Buitumelo Mashele. Lucas Mashego. Tandeka Mashilwane. Itumeleng Mashilwane. Nongeba Mashinini. Bulelwa Matakani. Jacqueline Matebula. Buitumelo Matipa. Matsweni Matlamela. Kale Matlong. Tabang Matsulo. Pelekwa Matwa. Koketso Maubane. Motlatso Maunatlala. Notolo Mavimbela. Okuhle Mayesa. Amanda Mazibuko. Lindiwe Mazibuko. Petunia Mbanja. Jabulile Mdluli. Tyra Miganan. Katleho Mekwe. Bonolo Menu. Jacques Meyer. Ngosikhona Mfuphi. Nhlangano Mhlongo. Stabile Mhlongo. Thembinkosi Mhlongo. Nontokozo Mkhabela. Salapim Khalipi. Qinam Kize. Nduduzo Mkize. Bongani Mkhonza. With distinction, Koketso Mudau. Tabita Mufokeng. Munye Mhlahlana. Dipuo Muhlala. Karabo Mukalapa. Given Mukhalapa. Tebogo Mokone. Ntabeleng Mokotedi. With distinction, Melissa Moll. Tsepo Muloko Mme. Anthony Mulman. Mamelo Morosi. Sibusiso Muribe. Miguel Moses. Tabo Musuma. Shannon Mostert. Eni Mutalaota. Lebohane Mutebejane. Letswene Muteogane. Muntseng Mutsielwa. With distinction, Irene Motsoris. Mininjeli Moyane. Mantaudi Mpati. Mtokozizi Msileko. Dr. Msibi. Wenzile Mtenjana. Class Mtombeni. Sizwe Mtombeni. Dineo Nape. Nira Nasai. Morris Ngongwani. Lerato Ndlovu. Thandazile Ndlangamandla. Sibusiso Ndlovu. Tebogo Ngwatwane. Amandla Ngobeni. Nhlanhla Ngomane. With distinction, Pindile Ngobeni. Stephanie Niemand. With distinction, Lianai Ninaba. Yvette Ngabinde. Dineo Nkosi. With distinction, Ngipile Nkosi. Ndumiso Nkosi. Sabelo Nkosi. With distinction, Tembeli Nkosi. With distinction, Nondumiso Ntombela. With distinction, Rebotilo Nyalonga. Mbali Nzimande. Anton Oberhorst. Ashley Palfremont. Ruan Pulsar. Innocentia Palani. Christian Faringwa. Karabo Patake. Tsepo Pilusa. Cindy Poole. Venetia Potgieter. With distinction, Martinus Pretorius. Kami Redemeyer. Tabani Ramaube. Reshoketswe Ramutla. Tabang Ramokhayane. Maidi Rapahlego. Joanne Reynolds. Hendrik Roux. With distinction, Vita Rozova. Tumisho Sako. Karin Skekkerling. Tabo Sebupa. Mamunahing Sefoto. Epi Sifularo. Kotatso Sakaile. Lehlogonolo Sekubuane. Tuli Silahle. Tato Selepe. Umulemo Sinne. Florence Shange. Philemon Shongwe. Samkelesiwe Sibisi. Lufuno Sigama. With distinction, Shana Sluba. Nkosazana Similane. Gina Sitole. With distinction, Rose Sitole. Tandega Skosana. With distinction, Lindiwe Skosana. Erin Slingerland. With distinction, Rinaldi Stanton. Shana Stein. Marlies Stein. Angela Stone. Angela Stone. With distinction, Krishna Stumfa. With distinction, Megan Swart. Ellen Tamani. Liesl Thompson. Tamlin Thompson. How do you pronounce it? With distinction, Gerard Thijs. Tegan Torres. Boitumelo Tselapedi. Humblani Chihuahua. Karabo Chuma. Westman Tsobolo. Mzwake Tsotezi. With distinction, Creer Ace. With distinction, Tanya Vandenberg. Cassandra van der Merwe. Janeska van der Merwe. Annika van Jeerden. Richard van Jaarsveld. Petros van Niekerk. Irene van Veek. Marcia van Veek. Anja van Zeel. Johannes van Zeel. Maibongwe Vilakazi. Tresha Vilakazi. Buitumelo Vinjwa. Daniel Vuma. Willem Wisse. With distinction, Courtney Wilkinson. Kyle Wilson. Anske Volmarans. Carrie Lee Worthington. Megan Yomans. Misiwe Vilakazi Zigalala. Dimakatso Maubani. Mr. Vice Principal, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the postgraduate certificate in higher education. Ephraim Faku. Semi Kanyile. Pula Kuno. Bongani Mabaso. Mandla Maslangu. Fiso Maslangu. Mpo Makaleng. Leta Makubela. Kuluma Sehla. Tamsanga Mashiko. Gavin Mwalusi. Moloko Mutemela. Amogelang Nawa. Simpiwe Ngada. Ndampula Nkoma. Atinkosi Ntanjana. Muyahabo Peta. Poshia Sifulo. Nikita Singh. Tulani Skosana. Charles Smart. Paul Tlakula. With distinction, Sonia Vandenberg. And Rodmari van Tonder.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you give our graduates a big hand of applause? Thank you. Thank you. Now, I would like to request the graduates to actually applaud their families, friends, spouses, and all their support structures. We have now come to the end of the proceedings, ladies and gentlemen. And before we close, I wish to invite all of you that are here for refreshments afterwards. There's a marquee situated just outside the hall here. And you are now requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem and remain standing until the assembly has been dissolved. Please look for the words of the national anthem printed on the inside back cover of the program. If it's a difficulty, can we sing the national anthem, please? Thank you very much for a beautiful ceremony. By the powers vested in me, I hereby dissolve this assembly of the University of Pretoria.
God!